Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. We come to you live with our first game of the week for May of Year 5 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League. It is May 2nd here, and as the calendar turns to May, the Milwaukee Brewers find themselves at the bottom of the National League Central at 12-20. They will host the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals at 500 ball in a once again jam-packed National League Central. There you see Robin Yount. The uniform glitch pops up pregame this time. Yount is a Brewer, not a Cardinal, and he's off to a pretty solid start. 264, but 8 homers, 18 RBIs, and 850 OPS. Yount has boosted his power production in the early going this year, but the story for the Brewers here, Ben McDonald. McDonald has had a rough start, 0-3, a 5.82 ERA, and the big, tall right-hander very well may be pitching to try to keep his rotation spot. He has had a rough go, and he will start off against the Cardinals and Ray Lankford. Lankford batting .239, a homer, and 4 RBIs for St. Louis. Donald rocks and fires. First pitch, Lankford swings, skies it to left. Felipe Alou will drift underneath it. One pitch, 1 out for McDonald here in the top of the first. Your Cardinals lineup, Lankford, Harper, and Hornsby. Mize, Edmonds, and Hayfie. Boyer, Simmons, and Smith. And you'll see that Cardinals offense has struggled. They're batting only .240 as a team, a little bit more than a month into the season. Here's Bryce Harper. Harper batting .246, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. First pitch for McDonald. Fastball misses down and away. McDonald has been very hittable. His control has been a little suspect as well. That is not a good combination for a starting pitcher. McDonald rocks and fires. Smacked into the shift. Molitor at the shortstop position. Kicks it, throws it to first. Cecil Cooper digs it out. And there's 2 away.
Batting third, the second baseman, number 0.
So that'll bring up Rogers Hornsby, and the Rogers had a miserable first month. Remember, Hornsby had a terrible first half a year ago. He got it going in the second half. But the whole season was pretty much a wash for the Cardinals. And Hornsby's struggles last year were a big reason why. He was not alone in that. But other than Johnny Mize's sensational season, the Cardinals just had a very rough go in year 4. Do not expect Hornsby to struggle long term here. McDonald falls behind him 2-0, puts a fastball past him there. It's 2-1. This is our good friend Beatles Turnley joined us. How are you, buddy? Hornsby lines that one into the gap in right center. That's going to be extra bases. That one's going all the way to the wall. Hornsby around first, heading to second. Gorman Thomas gets it in, but it's a stand-up double for the Raja. A 2-out runner in scoring position for the Cardinals. Hornsby with his 5th double of the season. Shoddy camera work there, having a hard time keeping up with the ball. So here's Johnny Mize. Mize, Mr. Consistent. Never seems to have a down season, or a down month rather. Smacks that one the other way. Nice backhand kick by Mullen, who throws Mize out, and the side is retired. Good play there by Molitor down at third. So the 2-out double from Hornsby doesn't lead to anything. We'll head to the bottom of the first here at County Stadium. Cardinals nothing, Brewers coming up, and on the hill for St. Louis, Dizzy Dean. Dean 3-0, striking out about a batter an inning. That whip is stellar 1.05 as Dean seems to have recovered from what was a rough year in year 4 for him. Of course, the year 3 rookie of outstanding rookie and outstanding pitcher here in the Franchise Stars baseball. He will face Paul Molitor to start things off. Molitor batting .291. Fastball misses up high. Beatles Pirates Back on top of the Central Division here. Once again, jam-packed. As this division seems to be every year, wicked breaking ball there from Dean. Molitor flails that. It's 1-1. Fastball there. Dean brings the gas, and Molitor swings and misses. Goes to 1-2. A pair of ugly swings there from Molitor. Dean gets the sign from Simmons. Down in the dirt, Molitor lays off. 2-2 offering. Molitor pops it up on the infield. Mize taking charge. He'll put that one away for out number 1.
Batting second.
Your Brewers lineup, Molitor and Yount and Cooper. Storman, Gorman, Thomas, Jeff Jenkins, and Felipe Alou. Willard Marshall getting only his second start of the year. Cal Raleigh was acquired from the Mariners. Ron Theobald round out the Brewers lineup. Here's Yount batting .264. Unfortunately for the Brewers, that is Cal Raleigh rated before this year's absurd breakout season. Not the 60 homer for Yount fouls it off, fouls it off, don't mind the speech impediment, and the count goes to 0-2. Breaking ball away, Yount does an off. Yount has been very solid for the Brewers, but still hasn't had a real breakout year through the first 4 years of the FSBL. Lines that one to first. Mize picks it for the second out.
Batting third, the first baseman.
So 2 up, 2 down for Dean. That'll bring up Cecil Cooper. Cooper batting .255, 4 homers, 12 RBI. And this is May 2nd of year 5 of the FSBL. Cooper fouled that one off. 0-1 pitch coming from Dean. Changeup at the knees, borderline fault. Crowd here in Milwaukee, 40,000 umps or so, don't seem to agree. Dean ahead of Cooper now, 0-2. Ball off the plate. Cooper lets it go. Dean rocks and fires with that big leg kick again. Fastball misses down. It's 2-2. Here's the offering. Cooper swings and misses, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dizzy Dean. He fans Cooper to end the first. We'll head to the top of the second here in Milwaukee. Cardinals and Brewers scoreless. So we'll start off the second. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds batting .230.
The center fielder, Jim.
5 homers, 17 RBI. McDonald rocks and deals. First pitch splitter on the outside corner for strike 1. Ball misses inside. One and one. Smash the other way, and that's right off the chalk. That's a fair ball. Edmonds puts it out into the corner and left. Felipe Alou digs it out, but Edmonds will pull in at second with a lead-off double to open up the top of the second for the Cardinals. 9th double of the season for Edmonds. So McDonald works away. Edmonds goes along with it. Here's Chick Hafey. Hafey slow out of the gate. Again, the Cardinals as an offense only hitting .240 through the first 5 weeks. Breaking ball is in for a called strike. Hafey 6 homers, 14 RBIs to this point. After a sensational rookie campaign a year ago. Ball, this is down and in. We're about a month away in game time, not real time, from the year 5 rookie draft. Always a fun one. See the new players coming into the league. Will enter the league in year 6. Fastball from McDonald. Hafey fouls it off. One and two. McDonald. Hafey smashes it down past Molitor. That one chews Molitor up. Edmonds comes around third. He's going to score easily. Hafey going for 2. Throw is in. They get Hafey trying to stretch it into a double. But the run comes in to score. Oh, we're not getting a replay of that. All right, camera guys. Want to charge overtime? Well, we can get a replay of this. Ken Boyer just put this one out into the stratosphere and left. So Hafey getting thrown out makes this a solo homer. 7th homer of the year for Boyer, and it's 2-0 Cardinals. And Ben McDonald's early season struggles continue here for the Brew Crew. Edmonds double, Hafey a single, throwing out, stretching it into a double. I don't know if Hafey was trying to draw a throw there. He didn't need to. Edmonds was going to score easily on that. Ken Boyer tees off on the first pitch here from McDonald. That ball clears by a bit. Open the window, Aunt Minnie.
The catcher.
That's a Harwell, I believe, right? That's an old broadcast blast phrase. Here's Ted Simmons. Simmons only batting .203, 4 homers, 9 RBI. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-1 fastball off the plate, 2-1. Simmons skies it for right. Jeff Jenkins is underneath it. He puts it away for the second out.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, Ozzie Smith.
So here's the Wizard. Ozzie actually having a decent start to the year. 284. Homer and 12 RBI. Curveball from McDonald is in for a called strike. McDonald needs that curveball to be effective. He has not had command of it throughout the early portion of this season. Pitch, hanging breaking ball there. Smith flies it to center. Foreman Thomas is there, puts it away, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals pick up a pair, including the Ken Boyer homer. We head to the bottom of the second as the sun sets at County. Cardinals 2, Brewers nothing. So here's Gorman Thomas. Thomas batting .215. 7 homers, but only 10 RBIs. That is not the RBI to home run ratio you want out of your cleanup inning. Of course, it's necessarily Thomas's fault. He's just putting it out when Molitor and Gount and Cooper haven't been on base. Inopportune times, for the long ball from Storm and Gorman. 0-1 pitch from Dean. Curveball swung on and missed. It's ahead of him 0-2. Remember, the Cardinals' big hope for all the talent on offense, their big hope once they drafted Dizzy Dean was that Dean and Bob Gibson would become this dynamic 1-2 punch. Gibson, throughout the first 3 years of the FSBL, Thomas lines the third there, but right at Boyer for the first out. Gibson was solid, but certainly not the numbers you were expecting of Bob Gibson until the postseason, and then Gibson was in dynamo in the playoffs. He's been one of the best playoff pitchers in FSBL history. But so Dean had that great rookie year, which was Gibson's worst season in the FSBL. Then Gibson had his best year in the FSBL last season, but Dean struggled, particularly in the first half. He started to right the ship late, to end up having a mediocre season as opposed to a poor one. Still certainly not what they were looking for. Gibson and Dean both off to a stellar start here in year 5. Now, the Cardinals offense is not performing to expectations early on in the season with the Cardinals. We made it to the NLCS against the Giants in each of the first 2 years of the FSBL. Now try to get back to the postseason after a 2-year absence. Swung on and missed. Jenkins is fanned there for the second out. 2 away here in the second. Cardinals certainly feel if they can get into a postseason with Gibson and Dean both throwing well, going Gibson and Dean in a short series together, it's going to be tough for anybody to handle. Here's Felipe Alou, 235, 2 homers, 9 RBI. Fastball's in for a call strike. One pitch. Foul call. 1-2 the count. Rocks and fires. Smacked up the middle, and there's a base hit. So, Dean gives up the first Brewers base runner. It's a single into center for Felipe Alou. 2-out base hit. Here's Willard Marshall. Marshall, 1 for 2 thus far. He gets his first start. He's coming over. He was from the Royals. Marshall was just picked up from. He's moved around a little bit over the first few years. He's been dealt a couple of times. White Sox, Rockies, and Royals, if I remember correctly. Fastball misses down low. It's 2-0. He was actually a waiver pickup. He ran out of options. Brewers gobbled him up. Fastball misses inside. There you see Cal Raleigh waiting on deck. Again, this is a project that's been going on for a few years at this point. So the ratings for Cal Raleigh are pre-big dumper 60-homer Cal Raleigh. The Brewers would much rather have the current version. 3-1 the count as Dean works to Marshall. Here's the pitch. Fastball is in there for a called strike, and the count goes full. Delivers again. Fastball there. Marshall fouls it off. From the set. Delivers. Marshall puts it down to first. One hopper. Mize takes it to the bag himself without any issue, and the side is retired. So the Brewers get their first base runner, but can't do anything with it. We'll head to the third here at County Stadium. Cardinals 2, Brewers nothing. So here's Langford. Langford flew out his first time.
The designated hitter, Ray Lang.
First pitch fastball from Ben McDonald. This is inside. Swinging for a ball strike. 1-1 the count. Fastball at the knees. That goes to 1-2. Field. High fastball. Langford chases one out of the zone but gets a piece to stay alive. 1-2 off. Break ball. That ball is smacked towards the gap. Langford puts a move on that one. That's going to the wall. Jenkins retrieves it. Langford runs well. He's going to hold up at second. Lead-off double for Ray Langford to open up the top of the third. That was a seed off the bat of Ray Langford. 111 off the bat. The sound didn't tell you. That one was hit hard. Here's Bryce Harper. Harper, of course, acquired from the Expos at last year's trade deadline. The Expos decided to tear it down. Del Harper, Dawson, and Jeff Reardon. Oh, 1 to count. Donald delivers. Harper chops it up the middle. Theobald on the backhand play up the middle. Slings it over to Cooper. Harper is retired. Langford will move over to third.
Now batting, number 0.
So 1 down, man on third. Here's Hornsby. Hornsby doubled his first time. Donald from the set. Delivers fastball off the plate. Pitch. This is down in it. Two and oh the count. That one changed up at the knees for a call and strike. At the runner, delivers. Hornsby fouls it just outside first, and the count goes to 2-2. Again from the set again. Fastball, this is up high, and the count goes full to Hornsby. Johnny Mize waits on deck. Fields. Fastball at the knees, strike 3 called. Down goes Hornsby for a big second out here in the top of the third.
Now batting, number 13.
Donald came down and in there, and Hornsby gets rung up. I think Hornsby thought he was going to go away on it. So now it's up to Mize to get the run home. Mize is 0 for 1. High fastball there, fouled straight back. Mize grounded out his first time up. Middle game of a 3-game set here in Milwaukee. Donald Mills fastball, this is down low. Change up. Mize tries to hold. They say he went. And the count goes to 1-2. So McDonald a strike away from getting out of the jam. Here's the pitch. Mize gets a piece, fouls it off. Fields again. Fastball, and Mize gets rung up. That one looked low. And Mize is letting the umpire hear about it. But McDonald gets out of the jam, a pair of strikeouts of Hornsby and Mize to get through the third. We head to the bottom half, still 2-0 Cardinals. Here's Raleigh. Raleigh batting 197, 3 homers, 7 RBI. Step in to face Dizzy Dean to open up the third. Curveball on the outside corner, strike one. Curveball in for a called strike. He's ahead 0-2. Getting ahead of hitters pretty regularly so far in the early going of this one. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up and in. 1-2 right? Swung on a miss. Down he goes. Strikeout for Dizzy Dean. And there's one away here in the bottom of the third.
Batting ninth, the second baseman.
That is 4 strikeouts now for Dean. The league leaders in that category. So here's Theobald. Theobald batting a surprising .261. He's done all right so far. Second base, a job nobody has wanted here with the Brewers. Gone through Ricky Weeks, Fernando Pena, Jonathan Villar. Nobody has clamped down the job, but they haven't gotten another third baseman that would let them move forward. Theobald next in the chain. Try to hold on to the spot. Nubs this one down to first. Mize will take it to the bag himself, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 4.
So, order turns over. Here is Molitor. He popped out his first time up. He deals, changed up. This is down and away. Molitor leads the Brewers in RBI. That's actually completely not right. Count has more RBI. Count has 8. Incorrect graphic there. 2-0 here. He delivers fastball on the inside corner. 2-1 pitch from Dean to Mauer. Fastball, called strike to Bill. Gone from 2-0 to 2-2. The pitch. Mauer, one hopper in the hole. Oh, the Wizard. What a pick by Ozzie. Throw to first. He gets him, and the side is retired. Ozzie Smith doing Ozzie Smith things, ranging into the hole to take a hit away from Paul Mauer. Beautiful stuff from the Wizard. We're a third of the way through here at County. 2-0 Cardinals. Yeah, that was a nice one. I've said this before. One of my big focuses in creating this project was making sure that defense was done well. I want the top defenders to feel like top defenders. I want subpar defenders to feel like subpar defenders. I've been very, very happy with how that has played out. I feel like games in general, and this is across sports, I've noticed this. Players very frequently, and are interchangeable defense. There's not the same attention with defense that there is to offense, and I think I've noticed that in football. I think it's kind of an across the board thing, and defense matters to win. So I want good defenders I want you to be able to feel that they're good defenders. I put a lot. 1-2 pitch from McDonald. Edmonds yanks that one foul. Yeah, you got it. I mean, especially because in a project like this where you're involving so many older players, like there were guys who really were around for their defense. So you have to make those guys' defense stand out. Otherwise, they just don't have any value in an environment like this. McDonald fans Edmonds for the first out. Here's Hayden. Hayden single. Brought in a run his first time up. He was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Takes a splitter from McDonald down low. Fastball on the inside corner. It's 1-1. Changed up on the inside corner. 1-2. Smashed to short. Down gobbles it up. Throws to first, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, Ken Boyd.
So here's Ken Boyer. Boyer went deep his first time up. Solo shot, his 7th of the year. Boyer, historically an underrated player. Ken Boyer had a really nice career. Fastball there, misses inside. One 1-0 pitch from McDonald. Chains up, this is down low. Two 2-0 pitch. Ball at the knees. That low strike has been there. Moves up. Warrior gets a piece and fights it off. 2-2 pitch. Kind of saws him off. A little jam job there. Popped up. Theobald grabs it on the infield branch. And the side is retired. So Ben McDonald fighting his way through here. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Cardinals. Yount, Cooper, and Thomas due up from Milwaukee. Here is Yount. Lined out his first time up. 47 pitches through 3 for Dizzy Dean. Right around where he wants to be. Curveball in for a called strike. That one is yanked foul by Yount. 0-2 the count. Dean has looked very sharp here so far. Fastball. Ooh. That's a good spot just inside. Simmons wants this one low. 1-2 offering. Breaks the ball. And it was away, but it wasn't low. And Yount goes and smacks it out into right field for a leadoff base hit for the Brewers. Good piece of hitting there from Robin Yount. So here's Cecil Cooper. Cooper is 0 for 1. Curveball misses down one. Cooper struck out his first time. I gotta double check that uniform number. I think they had a call up and they moved Cooper. Cooper didn't wear 7. One and 0 the count. He delivers. Fastball misses up and away. Two 2-0 offering from Dean. Fastball. High strike, but he gets the call. It's 2-1. Cecil Cooper, another underrated guy. Check out Cecil Cooper's career numbers or something. Really, really good, solid pitcher. 2-1 fastball misses away. It's 3-1. Foreman Thomas waits on deck for the Brewers. He'd love to have a pair of ducks on the pond. 3-1 offering coming from Dean to Cooper with the out on first. Changeup just misses down low. So the Brewers have the first two-man on here in the bottom of the fourth. First sign of trouble in this one for Dean. He'll deal with Foreman Thomas. Thomas lined out his first time up. Next ball up and in. Thomas tried to hit that one into the stratosphere. Gets chewed up with 0-1. He would love a strikeout or a ground ball. 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Goes to the straight cheddar again and gasses Thomas with the second straight fastball. It's 0-2. If he wastes one here, it just goes right at him. 0-2 pitch. Fastball tapped out in front of the plate. It's going to dribble. Oh, no, it did stay fair. Simmons goes to second. I thought that ball had spun foul, but Simmons snatched it before he did. He throws to second for the fourth. One away. Runners now at the corners. Here's Jeff Jenkins. Jenkins struck out his first time up. Ball had a bit of a funky spin on it. Dean's fastball misses down and in. One 0 pitch. Fastball. Ball strike at the letter. One pitch. Fastball misses down low. One offering from deep. Fastball to call and strike. It's 2-2. We'll see what Dizzy comes up with. Jenkins certainly somebody who strikes out a fair amount. And delivers. Jenkins deep to right, but it's hooking, and that's going to go foul. Hold it 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside. Count goes full. Bailu waits on deck for the Brewers. He delivers. Jenkins, high fly ball to left center. Giving chase is Edmonds, but it's slicing away from him. It's a one-hopper. It hits the track. It goes over the wall, and the Brewers actually get cost a run there. That ball doesn't hop the fence. The second run may very well have scored. Instead, runner will hold at third, but one run is in on the ground rule double from Jeff Jenkins. Second and third, still only one out. Here's a loop. Changed up, this is inside. That ball kept on slicing away from Edmonds. No shot of chasing that one down. Good curveball there from Dean. Change up, down and away. From the set. Phillips. Change up. In for a call strike. 2-2 offer. Curveball, a Lou won't chase. Brewers Marshall waits on deck. Dean laboring here a bit in this bottom of the fourth. 4 pitches so far this inning. Full count offer. Fastball taken for ball 4. So bases are loaded for the Brewers. Here's Marshall. Rounded out his first time up. Marshall has a bit of thump, more gap power than long ball power, but Marshall can certainly do some damage. First ball misses away. Thomas on third, Jenkins on second. 1-0 pitch, fastball, just misses inside. Not missing by much. Now in a 2-0 hole with the bases stacked against the tough left-handed hitter. Clean deal. Marshall fouls it off. Here's the pitch. Marshall slashes it the other way. That's going to be extra bases. That's going to the wall. Hafey will retrieve it, but 2 runs will come in to score. Alou will hold at third, but it's a 2-run double for Willard Marshall, and the Brewers have taken a 3-2 lead with a 3 spot here in the 4th. So Dean lost a bit of command here in this inning. The walks hurt it. Now here's Raleigh. Still only 1 out, second and third. Fastball, Raleigh fouls it off. Ouch, Beetle says. Yeah, Dean looked like he was cruising through the first 3. He's gotten away from him a bit here in the 4th. He's now got to try to keep this inning from turning into a disaster. Fastball misses up high. Raleigh with the Mariners to the Marlins, here to the Brewers. Fastball is a called strike. It's 1-2. From the set. Fastball swung on and missed. Fans Raleigh. Big strikeout there for Dizzy Dean. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 16.
Challenged him with feet up high, and Raleigh couldn't catch up to it. So now here's Theobald. He's 0 for 1. 33 pitches in this 4th inning for Dizzy Dean. Fastball there is a called strike. Paul Molitor waits on deck from Milwaukee. Deal. Theobald puts one in the left. That's a base hit. It falls in front of Hafey, who gets handcuffed on the hop a little bit. Throw comes home. But Marshall is able to score. Hafey, not an error by any stretch, but you'll see this ball comes up and Hafey kind of got handcuffed by it. And that little hesitation lets the 2nd run score. It's 5-2 Brewers.
Number 4.
Order flips over. Here's Molitor, and got to think there's going to be some bullpen action going here for the Cardinals. It has gone south for Dizzy Dean here in the bottom of the 4th. One pitch. Molitor hit this one pretty well to right, but Harper is there, puts it away. And a brutal 4th inning for the Cardinals comes to a close. 5 spot for Milwaukee. We'll head to the 5th. 5-2 Brewers. So now Ben McDonald has a lead to work. We'll see if he can benefit from his newfound prosperity. Here's Ted Simmons. Simmons is 0 for 1. First pitch, fastball, misses down low. Simmons homered in yesterday's win for the Cardinals. Puts this one back to the box. It hits off McDonald, who tries to stay with it. Throw to first, and they get him. Good job by Ben McDonald, who I don't believe is going to need the trainer to come out. They get to the top step. McDonald waves them off. Here's Ozzie Smith. Smith is 0 for 1. Ball there. Smith fouls it off. And this Cardinals offense has struggled so far this season. Far more than an offense with this much talent should. Smith lines this one in the center, and the Wizard has a one-out single. Al Rosen tees off for 3 homers for the Indians against the Yankees. I'll tell you, a pair of rookie third basemen doing the job. Al Rosen in Cleveland. Nolan Arenado in Colorado. Here's Ray Langford as the Cardinals overturn over. Langford doubled his last time up. Dwyer, who is off to a bit of a slow start, hit 3 homers in the win against the Braves yesterday in Oakland. Oh, I apologize. Oh, maybe Simmons sat out yesterday. The Brewers won that game. Fouled off. Eddie Figueroa was throwing blanks for the Brewers yesterday. Red Sox rolling over the Twins, 12-1 at Fenway. Check the out-of-town scoreboard. Indians lead the Yankees 6-3 in the Bronx. That game also in the 8th. Aaron Judge has 3 hits with the Yankees. His shot hit well out to left field. That's going back. One hopper off the wall. Lou retrieves it. We'll see if they wave the runner around. Then they will. Yount's throw to the plate is not going to be in time. Ozzie Smith scores. It's an RBI double for Ray Langford. And the Cardinals pick up a run to try to chip away at the deficit. It's now a 5-3 ball game. Second double of the game for Ray Langford. That'll bring up Bryce Harper as the tying run. Runner goes. Langford tries to steal third. Throw down the third. Not in time. Stolen base. Third steal of the year for Langford. Throw looked like it beat him. Throw was a little bit high. As I say, throw looked like it beat him. But he gets in underneath. One 1-0 pitch from McDonald. Harper fouls it off. 1-1 offering. Smack down to third. Molitor can't handle it cleanly. Runner was off on contact, and Harper beats it out to first. So that's going to be an error on Molitor. Harper is on. Run comes home. It's now 5-4 Brewers. Here's Rogers Hornsby. Not sure Molitor would have come home to try to cut that run down at the plate anyway. Had he fielded it cleanly. Runner off on contact. Langford comes in to score. Because Molitor muffed it, Harper safe at first. As ball misses away, it's 1-0. Fields. Breaking ball in for a goal strike. One pitch. down low. 2-1 the count. Now. Count goes to 2-2. Ball, Hornsby gets the piece. The Pirates a game and a half up on the Cubbies. 2 games up on the Cardinals. 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. McDonald fans Hornsby for the second time. That time he goes away. That time he got Hornsby looking on a pitch that admittedly looked a little bit low. But down goes the Raja. That'll bring up Johnny Mize. Throw over to first. Harper dives back in. Ball misses down low. We have not seen bullpen action for either team. Not sure if the cameras haven't shown them yet. Both teams haven't gotten anybody throwing. Fastball right down the middle. Mize takes it. 1-1 to count. Breaking ball in there, it's 1-2. Bender there from McDonald. Mize pops it up in foul ground. Molitor is underneath it. Puts it away. And the side is retired. But the Cardinals enter the inning trailing by 3. They end it trailing by only 1. We're midway through here at County Stadium. 5-4 Brewers. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So here's Robin Yount. Yount 1 for 2. A single and a run score.
Not shortstop. Number 19.
First pitch fastball is a called strike. Pitch, Yount fouls it off. Offering. Yount puts it up the middle, so being ahead of him 0-2, hangs a breaking ball, and Yount smacks it into center for a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 5th.
Number 17, Cecil Cooper.
That is not where Dean wanted that pitch. So here's Cecil Cooper. Cooper is open. Fastball misses up and away. Cooper also walked. Fastball's a called strike. Delivers again. Good change up there. Cooper flails that one. Count goes to 1-2. Appreciate y'all tuning in for a little late Sunday baseball action here on the channel. Cooper puts it out to center, but Edmonds is right there. Puts it away for the first out. Also had boxing on the channel over the last couple of weeks, as well as year 2 of the franchise stars football.
The center fielder, Gorman Thomas.
Here's Gorman Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 2. I have at least one, hopefully 2 more boxing cards on the channel this week. Breaking ball there. Runner goes, and Yount is gunned down. That is a strike from Ted Simmons, who throws out Yount trying to steal. Good throw there from Simmons. 2 down. Count 0-1. Another streaming demon. I am no Dwayne Martinson. That is for sure. I'll go days without streaming, and then I'll kind of bunch a couple together and just try to do the best I can and navigate my time as well as possible. As I said in that channel update, probably a month and a half ago. Trying to get seasons going at a little bit more pace. Fastball there, swung on and missed. Down goes Thomas, and the side is retired. So Dean bounces back. We're through 5 here at County Stadium. 5-4 Brewers as we head to the 6th. But I've been good about making time for taking care of.
Leading off for the Cardinals.
Well,
the center fielder.
Go to the gym every day, but trying to find time for a little extra exercise like that, and just kind of prioritizing things a little bit better in my time and moving projects along here. Line down the right field line. Cooper jumps, can't come up with it. Jenkins cuts it off. Edmonds trying for 2. Jenkins' throw is offline, and that'll be a double for Jim Edmonds to open up the top of the 6th. Second of the game, 10th double of the season for Edmonds. And that's going to be it for Ben McDonald. Well, certainly not a strong outing from McDonald. He had his moments. Again, we said during the intro that this might be McDonald pitching to keep his spot in the rotation. Here's Chad Cordero. Cordero, 17 appearances so far, 2.25 ERA. Cordero has been very good. Came over from the Expos. Here's Chick Hafey. Hafey is 1 for 2. Fastball to ball strike. Fouled off. Count goes to 0-2. Those who don't know what I was talking about there, when I talked about my update that I gave in November about possibly streaming a little bit less on the channel and having to budget my time a little bit differently. A wicked pitch there from Cordero. From a channel perspective, it was from the standpoint of the whole premise of the Legend Sports universe is that players enter over time and it's franchise stars, but with a career mode twist, a career mode idea, which is what's usually done with franchise stars projects. Which I think people love about the project. It's one of the things that draws it, but the pace that I've gone at, with the exception of really the baseball project, but with any of the other sports, it just, that whole mentality and that whole approach to the project never really comes to fruition because the seasons have been taking too long to get. So I'm trying to move things forward a little more even when I'm not streaming. So that was the one half of it. And the other half of it was back in June, I had a bit of it wasn't a heart, we'll call it a cardiac episode. It wasn't a heart attack, but my blood pressure suddenly spiked. I've been diagnosed with hypertension, which is something I should have kept an eye on for a while because it does run in my family. And I got on a medication, and I'm fine now, and medications work great, and I'm completely fine. But it was just kind of a wake-up call to, hey, find a, and I've always exercised. I go to the gym, like I said, I go to the gym pretty much every day. But trying to find a little bit of that downtime that maybe I was doing this stuff with, and maybe getting a second workout in a day, or going for extra walks, or going for that kind of thing, and just using my time a little bit better while still doing this, this hobby that I love. So kind of just finding a way to balance all of that. Like I said, I was never shutting the channel down. It was just streaming a little bit less frequently, perhaps, and just kind of trying to get myself into a place where I manage the stuff I have to manage first, and then working this all around. And I still love doing it. I still love broadcasting. I still love calling the games and all that. And I got some fun stuff planned here on the channel too, which is good. But it's just a matter of prioritizing properly, like I said. Yeah, thanks, Fields. Like I said, I'm totally fine. It was just kind of oh wow, I had no idea that this was going on. Fly ball there. Jenkins puts that away. And the side is retired. The uniform glitch pops up again. Felipe Alou will come to the plate in a Brewers uniform. Second in the inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
So Dizzy Dean's day is done. Al Hrabosky will come in to get the bottom of the sixth. Hrabosky, 13 appearances so far on the year. And ERA down below 1.8. Hrabosky has been terrific for the Cardinals. Here's Jeff Jenkins. He's 1 for 2. He had an RBI double his last time up, then came around to score. That situation with the finding out about the heart thing was funny. At my office, I have one of those blood pressure cuff things like that, like in drugstores and stuff like that. We just have one so people can check their blood pressure, when they want, whatever. And I hadn't had to check my blood pressure in years. I'm a medical minimalist and all that kind of stuff. I don't like taking anything really medically that I don't have to. But I was like, oh, what the hell? I'll go and I stick my arm in the cup. I felt totally fine. It was literally just putting it in there just to get a reading, get an idea what my blood pressure was. And it was what am I trying to remember? 174 over 95 or something of that nature. I was like, what? I've never had blood pressure like that in my life. That's ridiculous. And I feel fine, whatever. I waited 5 minutes, did it again, got the same kind of reading. Came home. My wife, as anybody who follows and is listening to talk on the channel knows, my wife is a nurse. As Jenkins swings and misses, Hrabosky whiffs him.
Number 8.
She checked me with the blood pressure cuff we had at home. I was up over 200, over 100. Off to the hospital I went. And so my blood pressure came down a bit. I was fine through that night. I got into a cardiologist. They got me on medication. Medication has worked great. I've had no other episodes, nothing since then or anything. My blood pressure is under control. But it was, again, my mom and my grandma both had strokes. My mom, passed from heart failure.
Now batting, the designated
just
hitter.
heart failure and stuff like that. She had high blood pressure. So it's something that probably should have been on the radar. It just never was. I literally never had blood pressure or anything remotely above normal before that. But it was just kind of on a whim that I checked it. And, kind of one of those things that just kind of, I'm glad I did it. But it was kind of just, like I said, kind of, not to ramble, but it was just kind of something that came up. It was like, all right, let me kind of get my shit in order, and but all is good. I am completely healthy. I'm still working out, doing everything, trying to be a little bit better with. I've never been bad about diet, but I also could have always been better. It's now a struggle with the holidays and my wife being an incredible baker. But I'm doing my best to navigate that situation. Al Hrabosky navigates the bottom of the sixth. As he gets through the Brewers, we'll head to the seventh. It's still 5-4 Milwaukee.
Your attention, please.
Now here's Joe Price. Price recently called up. The left-hander will make his first appearance of the He will deal with the top of the seventh here, and Ozzie Smith. Smith is 1 for 2, single and a run scored.
Leading off for St. Louis, the shortstop, Ozzie Smith.
Smith plays down a bunt, and it's a beauty. Molitor will try to get him, but no shot. Molitor could have put that one in his pocket. It's a bunt single for the Wizards to open up the top of the 7th. The Cardinals have the tying run on. Yeah, I mean, the last time before I did, thing for whims and stuff like that, people. I mean, the last time I had my blood pressure checked was not this past summer, the summer before that. I got bit by a dog. And when they went and checked me, and I had to get tetanus shots for that, because my tetanus stuff had all expired or whatever. And they checked my blood pressure then, and my blood pressure was completely normal. It was like, all right, Like I said, just walked past the thing, and I was kind of like between editions at work. So I had a few minutes. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Little did I know. So here's Ray Langford. Langford's 2 for 3. He's got a pair of doubles. Fouls at that. Now it's 2-1. Swung on and missed. Now goes to 2-2. See if the Cardinals elect to send Smith. 2-2 offering. Fastball down goes Langford looking. He thought that pitch was up. Home plate umpire tells him no. And we'll see where it rates on the box. Oh, on the black. That's a good pitch from Joe Price. Langford goes down looking, 1 away. Here's Bryce Harper. Throw over to first. Smith dives back in. Price field fastball. This is up high. Price from the set. Checks Ozzie at first. Curveball misses away. It's 2-0. Pitch. Ground ball back to the mound. Price snares it, throws to first. Smith was off on the pitch, so Price had no play at second. He gets Harper there at first, 2 away. Ozzie moves into scoring position as the tying run. That will bring up Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby is 1 for 3. He doubled his first time up. Well, there was a shot. They walk Hornsby. Go for the lefty-lefty against Mize, but Mize is the best hitter on this Cardinals team. They're going to elect to go after Hornsby. Fastball misses up high. The count to the Rogers. Price checks, Smith delivers. Smith on the move. Rounder in the hole. Yount scoops it, throws the first. Hornsby is retired, and Joe Price gets through the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time here in Milwaukee. A frustrated Rogers Hornsby leaves the runner stranded. Raleigh, Theobald, and Molitor coming up in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Jason Mott. Mott has made 17 appearances so far this year. 1-0, 3.12 earned run average for the rookie right-hander. Looks like he should be out chopping wood.
Leading off for the Brewers,
Raleigh is 0 for 2. He's struck out twice. His fastball, this is down low. Pirates defeat the Marlins 4-3 in Florida. Terry Forster the win in relief. Louis Stargell, 3 hits and an RBI. Ground ball to third there. Boyer cuts it off. Throws it first. There's one away. Reds defeat the Padres in Cincinnati behind Mario Soto. Aroldis Chapman, his 10th save of the year. George Foster, his 4th home run of the year for the Reds. Phillies defeat the Expos 6-3 in Montreal. Kirk Farrell, his 4th win out of the bullpen for Philadelphia. Sharon McGee had a pair of hits in that one. Rusty Staub, his 4th home run of the year for the Expos. Cubs lead the D-backs 1-0 in the 7th in Arizona. Pitchers duel there, Juan Warnecki and Wade Miley. Dodgers defeat the Rockies 4-3 in Colorado. As Vance picks up the Taki Saito with the save. Dayball smacks it to second. Right at Hornsby, throws it first, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 4.
Ben's doing a pretty nice job so far. Here's Molitor. Molitor is 0 for 3. Blew out his last. Ball from Mott. This is down low. Fly ball to left. Ranging over is Edmonds. Puts it away, and the side is retired. So 1-2-3 inning for Jason Mott out of the Cardinals bullpen. We'll head to the top of the 8th. Still 5-4 Brewers. Mize, Edmonds, and Hafey due up for St. Louis. Bullpen parade continues for the Brewers. Here's Ken Sanders. Sanders 1-2, a 7.45 ERA to this point in 10 appearances. This move, admittedly, doesn't really strike me as being particularly intelligent. Sanders comes on to face Johnny Mize to lead off the top of the 8th. Lefties have killed Sanders, albeit a small sample size. Here only at the beginning of May. FAC with Paul. Paul joins us. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Appreciate you checking in. Mike Jackson and Mike Fetters, a pair of right-handers out in the Brewers bullpen. Sanders will face Mize. Chop to short. Yount kicks it. Ranging up the middle, throws the first, and there's one away. All is great in Cyprus. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
The center fielder, Jim Edmonds.
Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds 2 for 3, a pair of doubles and a run scored. Sinker from Sanders. This is down and in. That ball is scorched, but right at Yount for the second out. Edmonds, frustrated, hit that ball on the screws and has nothing to show for it. Here's Chick Hafey. Hafey is 1 for 3, a single and an RBI. Slider misses away. Good curveball from Sanders down low. Hafey swings over the top of it. Gets him with a slider. It's 1-2. Sanders, of course, after I criticized the move, comes in and he's been terrific here. Oh, runner. I'm okay. Says Hafey held up there. It's 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Yount ranges to his left. Yount's a busy man here in the top of the 8th. The Cardinals go down in order. Great job so far by the Brewers bullpen. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Yount will lead it off. Tim, Cooper, and Thomas will come up with the Brewers leading 5-4. Jason Mott
Leading off for
needed
the
7
Brewers,
pitches to get through the
the
7th. They're
shortstop,
going to let Mott
number
start the 8th
19.
here against Yount. Not your 2 favorite teams, Paul? Who doesn't like the Cardinals? I mean, I know the Brewers. Nobody really necessarily cares about, but the Cardinals.
Now batting, the first baseman, Cecil.
Just for the uniform. This is like one of my favorite uniforms of all time, these light blue Cardinals. Yount flies out to left. Here's Cecil Cooper. Cooper is 0 for 2. Oh, Cubs. Fastball misses up high. Cardinals, the Cubs rather, National League champions of year 4 here in the FSBL. That was a hell of a magical run those Cubbies had. Currently trailing Beatles Pirates by a game and a half in the division. Only early May though. Lots of season left. 2-0 pitch. Cooper skies this one to left, slicing towards the line. Long run. Hayfield get there as he drifts into foul territory for the second out.
Now batting, center fielder, Storm Thomas.
So here's Gorman Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 3. Gorman, as he is wont to do, his whip. Repeated. Fastball is in. Curveball and strike. Hot deals again. And Thomas doesn't whiff on that one. Deep drive. That ball's out of here. So the Brewers get the insurance run. Gorman Thomas unloads into the Milwaukee ninth. 8th home run of the year for Thomas, and the Brewers extend the lead. It's now 6-4. Terrific blast from Gorman Thomas, who jumps all over a belt-high fastball from Jason Mott and puts it out over the wall. So Thomas greeted in the dugout. Gets the insurance run that the Brewers were desperately looking for. Now you got a lefty coming up. Let's see.
The right fielder, number 5.
They don't have any lefties.
Yeah.
That's why.
Jenkins.
We're going to change it anyway. Tim Gott's been really good so far. I'm going to take Gott.
Your attention, please.
So
Now
Gott
pitching
comes
for
in for his
senior.
8th appearance of the year.
Number
2-0 with 3.07 earned run average. Now Gott will deal with Jeff Jenkins. Fly ball, center field. First pitch swinging. Edmonds is underneath it. And the side is retired. So we will head to the top of the ninth. Gorman Thomas gives the Brewers an insurance run here at County. Now the Cardinals face a 6-4 deficit. That ball went a long way. So here's Mike Jackson. Jackson has frankly been terrible. 8 appearances, he's blown 3 saves already. After a sensational year in year 4, that ERA is near 10. Again, small sample size, but still, Jackson has been awful. And part of this Brewers struggle to open up the season. Starting things off for the Cardinals, here's Ken Boyer. Boyer 1 for 3. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Boyer lines shot foul down the left field line. If I could recreate this, I would literally play nothing else. Yeah, it is fun. I could not have possibly asked for this project to go better than it has gone, honestly. It has been Been an absolute joy to carry out. Change up there. Boyer swings and misses. It's 1-2. Jackson deals again. Slider doesn't slide. This is inside. Here's the 2-2 offer. There's a shot. Boyer drives this one out to right. Going back on it is Jenkins. Can't make the play. It's off the wall. Bounces away. Backed up by Thomas. Boyer around second, but he holds up. No reason to stretch it. His run itself doesn't mean anything. But Boyer, his 7th double of the year. And the Cardinals start off the top of the 9th with a runner in scoring position. Jenkins went back on it, tried to make the play. Couldn't come up with it. Here's Ted Simmons. Simmons is 0 for 3. Change up on the black for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Simmons foul throw. I'm really thankful. I mean, we're still getting through the end of year 2, but I kind of feel like by the time I get to the end of year 3 of the franchise varsity football league, it's going to have this same kind of vibe to it. That it's got a nice flow, and it's because year 2 has been a hell of a lot of fun, and it's really going very smoothly. Then we'll get to the other sports. Ted Simmons will get to the bench. Jackson locks him up with a fastball at the knees. For a called strike 3, and Simmons back to the dugout, frustrated. Now here's Ozzie. Ozzie 2 for 3. Fastball. That pitch has been there all day. Doesn't get the call there. Not sure if they said that was high or inside. Regardless, it's ball 1. He pulls it foul down the right field line. One pitch. Smith pops it up. Shallow left, Yount going out. He's there. The Cardinals are down in their final out. So here's Langford. Langford 2 for 4, pair of doubles, a pair of strikeouts, a very Ray Langford-esque line. Jackson looking to close out his 6th save of the year. Slider misses away. Jackson deal. Fastball misses inside. It's 2-0. I don't know. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to. I don't think they've changed any of the roster stuff that much. Again, I mean, I don't have it because there's no reason for me to have the latest version of the game. I've now created 4 draft classes, so that's 150 guys a year, plus the original 40-man rosters. So, I mean, I'm up over 1,500 players that I've created for this game. I'm not creating all those guys again unless I absolutely have to. So there's no reason for me to get a newer version of the game. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and the Cardinals are down to their final strike. Jackson from the set. Crowd here at County Stadium on its collective feet. 3-2 slider bends around the plate for ball 4. So now, 2 on, 2 out. Here's Bryce Harper. Harper is 0 for 4. Tying runs are on. The lead run at the plate. Closer Mike Jackson trying to shed his early season struggles. Fastball there, misses up high. Rogers Hornsby is on deck. One-0 pitch. Fastball Fastball misses up and in. Jackson trying to polish this one off. 2-0 the count to Harper. Here's the pitch. Fastball at the knees. It's 2-1. Jackson from the set. Checks the runner and delivers. Fastball misses inside. 3-1. There is Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby has had a rough start to the year, as we mentioned. But trust me, Hornsby wants to be up in a big spot here in this one. 3-1. Jackson deals. 4-4 misses inside. The Cardinals load the bases. 22 pitches in the inning for Jackson. The bases are juiced. I don't know. I think if you're the Brewers here, as bad as Jackson has been in the early season, how is Fetters? Has Fetters even pitched yet? Fetters is only through an inning and a third, only 2 appearances yet. I think you got to get Jackson out of this game. If you're the Brewers, I think you got to get him out of this game. I know he's your closer, but he's also been terrible. Now he's on the ropes here. Mike Fetters is going to get the call to try to bail Mike Jackson out. So the Brewers will have to figure out their long-term story here another day. But for now, they deal with what's in front of them. Mike Fetters will come in for his 3rd appearance of the year. Fetters will try to get Rogers Hornsby here and put this game to bed. Johnny Mize waits on deck. First pitch from Fetters. Splitters misses down low. Boyer at third. Langford at second. Harper at first. 6-4 Brewers. 2 out. Bases juiced in the top of the 9th. Fetters deals. Hornsby pulls it. Diving stop by Molitor. Throw to first. Ball game over. So Paul Molitor, who made a costly error earlier on in this game, takes a hit away from Rogers Hornsby there, and Mike Fetters closes it out for the Brewers, who take the second game of this 3-game set on the back of a 5-run 4th inning. They got to Dizzy Dean. Oh, heck of a game. Great play, as Beatles notes. Yeah, that's a big one there from Molitor. Because that gets through. Langford absolutely scores, and this game is tied. Molitor certainly not a great defender. He wasn't terrible. Molitor didn't have any range in the field. It's his biggest issue. He was better at second base than third. There's Stormin Gorman with that insurance run. There's Molitor with the game-saving play in the 9th. Ben McDonald gets his first win of the year, perhaps keeps his spot in the rotation for another week at least. Dizzy Dean takes the loss. Dean off his game a bit in this one. He did strike out 5 over 5, but that 4th inning got away from him. Those 2 walks proved costly. Gorman Thomas with that homer. And Mike Fetters gets his first save of the year. Your final line score, 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Brew Crew. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. And that will do it from County Stadium. Paul Beatles, appreciate you guys as always. Always fun to share a broadcast with you all. And thanks to anybody who tuned in tonight, even if you weren't in the chat, whether you were listening in the background or whether you are listening to this at a later date and playing catch-up, the wonderful DVR world of YouTube. We will be back with another Franchise Stars Baseball League broadcast in the next couple of days, the American League game of the week. Not sure which one that's going to be. I think it's going to be an Orioles game, though. I think Jim Palmer is supposed to start. The rookie. It'll be our first look at Jim Palmer here in year 5 of the FSBL. We'll also have boxing on the channel this week and the week 11 game of the week in the Franchise Stars Football League. So stay tuned for all of that. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bang that like button if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, be good to each other. And we'll talk soon. The Brewers hold on to take down the Cardinals in Milwaukee.